Well, hello, folks. It is Tuesday, the 6th of December, and cheers. Now, when I went to bed last night, I said to myself, I'll just wait and make a video when I do the next interview, which is scheduled for this afternoon. But then I wake up and check my usual morning routine. I think like a lot of you, we have our morning routine to get up, make some coffee, get dressed, open up the house or whatever. And then we check the mail, the internet, see what's going on. And I'm happy to say that, this is wonderful. So I'm documenting it. My latest release interlude, digital only, is still selling. Matter of fact, when I went online this morning to look at the Bandcamp Nebraska stats page, which is basically a chart, like an album chart, like Billboard, I've gone from number 5 to number 2 in sales. That's worth sharing and celebrating. It's really immaterial, and yet at the same time, it's nice. It is something. It's cool. Thank you. And grab a copy, and maybe this can lead to a physical release of it. And yes, there's some of the pieces on there are actually in transit to be completed later. But my goodness, people say they love it already, so grab it. I want to share that I listened to the Cleistwar last night, Common Values, and I got into it. This is kind of cold feeling. That's how it feels to me. There's drone and there's this electronic keyboard work, but it just feels kind of frosty. Common Values. I'm not sure what the modus operandi is behind this work, but it's good. And I did get into it last night. Toward a New Land, Heaven, Maybe Never. Those resonated pretty good. They did. Cleistwar, however you say this. Common Values on Fourth Dimension Records. Pick up on it. So yeah, times are really, really wonderful. I was thinking that I really enjoyed talking to Gary Green of Gentle Giant, and I would just leave him alone for a couple of weeks, and then I would get back in touch with him to ask about doing another interview, or really not an interview. It's going to be a visit. I get a mail from he and his wife yesterday. I love this. I just feel so honored and blessed. They just picked up a rescue kitten. Sent a picture of it. Cutest little thing, and they shared that they have named the kitten after me and Mauricio. Mauricio is my connection through Rockin' Pins. He does the Rockin' Pins business, and he's my connection to Gentle Giant, and apparently friends with them as well. So they named the kitty Mauricio Higgins, and if I remember, I'll put a picture right here. I hope I remember to do it, to edit it, the video. Little things like that, folks, are priceless, and yes, very, very fulfilling. As part of what I want to achieve by talking to certain people is to let them know, because I know I want to let them know, if no one else has let them know, how important their work is to me and to a lot of other people. Doesn't have to be million sellers. It could be 10, it could be 5. But Gary Green's guitar work is magical and fantastic. So I'm honored to have new friends. And they named the kitty after me and Mauricio, so they're always going to be reminded of me. That tickles me. So along those lines, in a couple of hours, I am scheduled to have finally my chat, interview, conversation, whatever you want to call it, with the mighty Richard Barbieri of Porcupine Tree. He got a hold of me yesterday and said, well, these are some times that I have free. And I just jumped on it. I ain't waiting. I'm not going to wait till Friday or next week. Really looking forward to chatting with Richard, and he is a sonic pioneer to me and a direct influence on my work, an absolute direct influence. So I'm really looking forward to that interview, or that chat, whatever you want to call it. In other music news, I want to share this because, again, it's not likely that you'll hear about this from too many other Americans, but drummer Hamish David Kilgore of The Clean and other bands, including this one, the great Unwashed from New Zealand, passed away. There seems to be some kind of controversy about it, like he was missing and then found dead or something, I don't know. But I thought that I would mark the moment of his passing, and I hadn't played this in a long time. The great Unwashed, Clean Out of Our Minds, related to the band The Clean. This is ramshackly and sounds amateurish at first, and like these people can barely play, but there's an essence to what they're doing, and their personality and what they're about comes through. That's why punk and emo and lo-fi and stuff like that, it resonates with me when there is something there. I can hear it and feel it usually. So I want to say that's the only thing I have by them. I don't have any records by The Clean. I have some other New Zealand Flying Nun records, but it wasn't like, oh, I got to have all this music, you know. It was more like, this is interesting. And this is an interesting period in music when the New Zealand things started to pop out. The Chills are my favorite. I love them. So, a thank you. This is a quick one because hopefully I'll have another video to upload today or tomorrow. Speaking to Richard Barbieri. Fantastic musician. Another person whose contribution, in my mind, deserves wider recognition. So that's part of what I look forward to speaking to him about. Okay, folks. Talk to you in a minute.